Hello, my lady. Have you perchance studied the blade? Oh, yes, you're looking very submissive and No. Nope. Not doing that. Cut the title card. Greetings, fellow internet explorers. Welcome to my channel. I'm the Green Knight, and this is Bartholomew. And today, Bartholomew has conjured a selection of r/NeckBeard stories for me to read for you tonight. I figured r/NeckBeards was a good place to start this channel off because I am a I am a recovering neckbeard myself, and I think I can provide some valuable insight onto these stories. So we just went through and picked like the most recent stories, just to dip our toes in. For anyone who's not chronically online, a neckbeard, they come in many shapes and sizes, mostly large, sweaty, generally unhygienic, usually found wearing a trench coat, fingerless gloves, and obviously a fedora. And of course they have their trademark neck beard, but not always. Disclaimer: neckbeards are icky and nasty and vile, and they can do icky, nasty, vile things. Many of these things I'm not allowed to talk about on YouTube. So with that being said, these stories I don't think are too bad, but just keep that in mind going forward, because neckbeards are heinous. Anyway, shall we get on to the stories, Bartholomew? He's shy. Anyway, so story number 1. My first and last time selling on Facebook Marketplace. So before we even get into this, I feel like the Facebook Marketplace is much less structured than other services like Etsy or eBay, or especially like Amazon. So you really want to be careful with the kind of stuff that you're putting on there, and because that's linked to your personal account, and just be careful. I tried my hand at selling on Facebook Marketplace. It did not go well. TLDR at the bottom. A couple of years ago, my mother asked me to do her a favor, wanting me to list some items she wanted to sell for a long time. She asked if I could do it for her. Old people don't know how to use technology. Take the pictures, write the listing, manage the buyers. I have sold things on eBay before, but it's been a while. I thought maybe I would try Facebook Marketplace first. Maybe even avoid the hassle of shipping. Yeah, but then you run into other hassles. What was she selling? Victoria's Secret items. Of course, mainly bras. However, there were also maybe half a dozen pair of panties. Every one of them was brand new and still had tags on them. Okay. I made that very clear in my listing. In the title of each item, it said it was new, with tags, never been worn. In the listing description, I reiterated this multiple times. I also listed it as new items with tags, never worn. Well, apparently that wasn't enough. Yeah, and she really hammered that home. So let's see what kind of creeps come out of the woodwork. I have no problem with someone interested in buying used panties. To each their own. If that's something someone wants to buy, go for it. If it's something someone wants to sell, go for it. But if someone isn't selling their used panties, there's a hint that they aren't looking to sell used panties. Obviously. I had the listing up for less than a week before giving up. I got at least a dozen messages a day from different creeps and neckbeards. I started to learn if someone was asking if they were new, they were looking for something new. If they asked if they were used, they were looking for something used. I couldn't have made the new status any clearer, even being in the beginning of each listing. Yeah, but they don't care. they see panties, and of course they're like, panties, because neckbeards are gross. Some of these guys started with, are they used? And then slowly hinted that they wanted used. They wanted me to use them, of course. Some of these guys were upfront. I want your panties worn, not washed. And some got even creepier. One guy had a whole procedure. Oh, I can imagine. He sent charts, details, a very precise science. Dude needs specific used panties. There was a chart with maybe 30 very specific cuts of panties, and then a detailed breakdown of materials. Others wanted to know what kind of panties I was currently wearing and what color, what material. A number of them complimented me on my appearance, picking one feature or another. Some specifically saying they like redheads. I mean, who can blame them? But yeah, don't creep on people on Facebook Marketplace. Multiple offered to buy if I was to wear them first. Multiple asked if they sent me panties, if I would wear those panties and send them back. What, at her own expense? Like, and they weren't even offering to pay, which is cheap as hell. So yeah, of course, these guys just want free used panties, which is nasty. Like, do they think they're in, who's that guy? The Belushi, Jim Belushi in like Animal House or something? Like, do they think they're in a college rom-com where they're doing a panty raid, which is weird anyway? These guys watch adult videos and these comedies and they think that that's real life. They think that that's how people behave. And it's not. Normal people don't go around smelling other people's panties. At least in my experience. Imagine doing that to someone selling a TV or a bike. Yeah, I want the bike seat used. Just because I'm selling something with the word panties in it doesn't mean it's an opening to ask or request sexual favors. And almost every single one of them kept pushing after being told no. I got a couple of messages from real people looking to buy new panties, but almost all the many messages I received were neckbeards who felt it was okay to ask sexual questions and push for sexual content. Because the only interaction these guys have with women is through OnlyFans, and those are transactional, but they get this parasocial relationship and they think that it's real, and it's like the guys who think the stripper likes them. No, they just like your money and they don't care about you at all, but this is the only interaction they have with people, because women in the outside world are scary. These guys literally need to go touch some grass and maybe go for a run on it. Anyway, the creepiest ones were the ones who wanted to meet up in person to buy them or push for what address they would be picked up from. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't give out your internet to neckbeards or anyone online, really. That's just danger, Will Robinson. What's funny, these guys were seeing my picture listing them, a late 20s woman, thinking that they were mine. They did not know that they were from a woman in her late 60s. My mom felt really bad about the week of almost non-stop sexual harassment from neckbeards and creeps who almost all refused to take no for an answer, and only stopped bothering me when I blocked them. Well, sometimes you just gotta do that. And I had to block a lot of them. Yeah, that's unfortunate. If someone is selling new clothes on a non-sexual themed sales page, it's not an opening to sexualize and creep on them. When someone makes it clear they aren't selling used panties and have no interest in doing so, don't ask them about what underwear they are wearing or any other sexual personal questions or feel you can request sexual favors. Because that's not what they're selling. They're selling an article of clothing, not fantasy for you. I listed them on eBay and did not get any harassing messages and sold them all in under a week. There you go. So TLDR, tried to sell new, unused, never been worn panties, endless supply of neckbeard creeps, seeking and demanding my used panties. Yeah, of course. Yeah, like, neckbeards are dirty and gross, and if they see a woman on the internet doing anything really, they get creepy with it, and it's not okay. That behavior is really weird and inappropriate. Do the comments have anything to say? Oh yeah, okay. Cherokee Purple says, "Give them what they want. Give the underwear to your biggest, sweatiest guy friend, and then sell it for 10 times the price." Yeah, like, you're nasty. Get another neckbeard to wear it. Find another neckbeard, and just have them wear them until they're hard and covered in streaks and crust and other fluids that neckbeards are known to exude. Yeah, I think that would be perfect. Just malicious compliance them. Give them exactly what they want. You want nice, worn, used panties? You didn't specify who had to be wearing them. So, just kill them with kindness, I suppose. Tale number 2. The tale of Super Senior Beard. Comes from According Bell 7403. Hello, my friends. Hello, Bell. I was recently watching some unnamed YouTuber read neckbeard and nice guy stories and was reminded of my own school's horror show in sophomore year. I don't know how this will look as I'm on mobile. Well, it's online. Here's the list of victims and pervs for now. Belle, me, OP. At the time, 15 years old, asshole who is far too kind. Don't worry about it. You can't be too kind. Lily, a friend and a fellow victim. Mrs. Bear, my language teacher. C.A., the man himself. A 19-year-old neckbeard super senior. Okay, super senior, I guess, means as he's 19, he's probably doing a victory lap, so he's probably back for grade 13. Not what I thought she meant by super senior when I read the title. I was imagining an old man with a cape. That's a silly image. Anyway, Cake, my then and current best friend. Spacey, an unwilling friend of C.A. who warned me of his existence. And Stupid Worker, S.W., a useless social worker who did nothing to help. Okay, cast the list out of the way. It started in my freshman year, in which I had a strange haircut and even stranger sense of style. We all go through stuff in freshman year. I wasn't aware at the time, but there was a man named C.A., who was accused of sending inappropriate pictures to the underclassmen and middle schoolers through school email. Okay, starting off strong. I guess we know what C.A. stands for. The first one meaning child, and A meaning not very nice too. Because certain things I can't say on YouTube. Was accused of sending inappropriate pictures to the underclassmen and the middle schoolers through school email. Yeah, also using your school email for that is not okay. It's not okay in general, but like, how did you not get caught? This resulted in a 2-week suspension and a ban from emailing people other than teachers. It should have landed him in jail. He's an adult. He's 19 years old, and he's to minors. Yeah, if this is the same as like Canadian school, then middle schoolers are like 12 and under. So that is I was warned to stay away by a senior friend that year, but I was lucky enough not to encounter him. Ugly duckling phase was a blessed time. Yeah, we all went through that. Lily, on the other hand, not so lucky. They were one of the original victims, trademark. I met them in junior year and had the biggest crush on them. We got close and ended up bonding over shared interests. They told me of The Endeavor, and I told them that was gross and they should call the cops. So innocent, Baby Bell. They weren't gonna do jack shit. I'm pretty sure if you contact the authorities about a grown adult sending you inappropriate emails, they probably would do something. Yeah, like, call the police anyway. Even if you don't think they're going to do something, they need to know about this guy. He is a menace. He's a problem. I want to say that I had a semi-glow up in sophomore year. I grew my hair, changed my style to be a tad more feminine, and most importantly, I got lip piercings. Oh yeah, that's beard bait right there. Anything like alt or indie or like anime-y, I guess. NeckBeard will latch right onto that. They like the quirky girls, the not like other girls. They're big into that vibe. So yeah, look out for that. It started one fateful day as I was skipping gym in a staircase playing some game on my phone. Don't do that. Go to gym class. Physical fitness is important. I got a message from Spacey, who I rarely talk to since 8th grade. It goes as follows. Changed a little so it's easier to read. Spacey. Hey, it's Spacey. I know this is random. Are you like taken or anything? And like into guys? Followed shortly by, not for me, I promise. There's this senior and he said he wants to know you because you look like his ex. OP says, DW? I don't know what DW means. DW, yeah, I'm into guys, but tell him to talk to me himself and I'll see if I'm interested. Spacey says, okay. What's his name? CA. Dun dun dun, the man of the hour. Okay, so 2 things. I look like his what? And go talk to yourself, you strangely shaped lump. Yeah, as soon as you find out who it is. It's Pedo Man. No thanks. No, go talk to yourself. Exactly. And yeah, you look like his ex. Like that's not what any potential partner wants to hear. They don't want to be compared to your exes at all. So yeah, maybe don't mention that. Spacey and I talked for a while. He asked for my lunch. Our school had 3 and I had 3rd. So did CA. Trying to organize that date, I guess. I am dumb and didn't realize who it was until I was telling Cake about it. Oh, okay, yeah, she didn't know it was the guy just by his name. I get you. He informed me and informed Spacey I was no longer interested, and as he had done and said some very messed up things to me and my friends. Okay, they use he a lot in this sentence. I think the first he informed me, so Cake informed OP and Spacey that OP was no longer interested in the NeckBeard because the NeckBeard had done some very messed up things to OP and their friends. Okay. Threatening to kill someone and the aforementioned gross pictures. Yeah, those are pretty nasty things, and don't affiliate yourself with people who do shit like that. Spacey sends me screenshots of CA's reaction to my rejection. At 6:38, CA says, I have not said that. What the actual fuck? What does that matter? All right, so we're only getting the one side of this text conversation. So we don't know what CA never said, but it doesn't matter, I guess. 15 minutes later, can't change their mind, but these lies are pissing me off. I assume the lies about him sending inappropriate photos to children. I added them on Discord. 7 minutes later, he says, I added them on Discord. If they think these are real, then they can ask me. No, they don't want to talk to you. They don't care if it's real. You're creepy. Go away. And at 3:00 p.m. the next day, I guess, or later that day, technically doesn't mean they said no, right? Because they haven't met me and seen who I am. No, they did say no. They don't want to meet you or need to. So kindly go sit on a cactus. Thank you. So Spacey and I reconvene to talk over this and laugh at him. Yeah, because he's being a clown. So for one final hopeful last hurrah, I tell him no. He's over 3 years older than me and not my type anyway. I asked Spacey to keep me updated because I was brimming with pissed off energy and wanted to tase this man in his weirdly shaped groin. That's right. Electrify those huevos. Can you cook eggs with electricity? Probably. I don't know. We have to do this science experiment. Just jumper cables and a uncooked egg. Don't do that. That sounds very dangerous. Same day, at around 6:00 p.m., so I guess 3 hours later, he responds to my oh so cruel rejection. Oh, well, CA says, well, I guess I'm done. I don't care. I guess it helps loosen the chains. Bro, what chains are you talking about? I guess I'm done. Yeah, you're done. Like, they said no. Me and Spacey bully him in our DMs for a while because what chains? Yeah, exactly. Bro's acting like... no, he's acting gross. The chains of him being a borderline pedo guy? Yeah. I had never seen this man before in my life. He also changed his Discord status to I hate my life and everything right after. Yeah, because he's a little drama baby boy. He asked my teacher for my legal name, no, and class schedule. The only reason he didn't know my actual name was because I went by a nickname my first 2 years of high school that literally everyone called me. Seems like that was a good call. He wanted it to email me and to stalk me. Of course he did, because these little baby men can't take no for an answer. So, yeah, like, good on you dodging that bullet. Refer back to where I said he was suspended for 2 weeks and legally not allowed to email people because of the inappropriate pictures. Yeah, so what good is your email even going to do him unless he's like, I guess they say you can't use his school email, but I guess they have no jurisdiction if he jumps on like Hotmail or whatever. Is Hotmail even still a thing? I still use Hotmail because I'm old. I'm gonna die soon. Anyway, yeah, he's not allowed to use his school email, but I guess that doesn't stop other sources of. And if he finds that, he will find other stuff too, like your Instagram or your Snapchat or TikTok or whatever the kids are using these days. Don't give out your emails to weird, creepy guys. PSA. Now, this was around the time he got back from his measly 2-week suspension. Yeah, not enough. And people were pissed. Good. Start a riot. Kids started putting up posters in bathrooms urging staff to get him out of the school. And there was attempted protests. Yes, riot! Riot! Kick him out of there. No one wants him around. The poster said, it's a pedo. Get CA out of the school. I have screenshots saved and it brings me so much joy. I did not participate in the posters and tried with the protest too, but the school admin shut both down. Boo! Boo, admins, boo. I did participate in bullying the out of him. Mean? Yes. Deserved? Also yes. I hadn't done anything too bad. Shit talking, gossip, pointing and laughing. At one point I said I'd rather do bad things to myself than go out with him knowing he could hear me. Yeah, get him. Don't harm yourself though, please. If you or anyone you know is exhibiting self-harm tendencies, please find help. There's so many mental health sites. There's places all over that you can go and get mental health help. Like I'm in Toronto, there's CAMH, and you can go in for free, and they'll get you to see someone. And it can be really helpful. Definitely more helpful than causing physical injury to yourself or others. So please, if you're struggling with stuff like this, I know OP was just joking, but even in a joking sense, like, keep yourself safe, your mental health and your physical health. Before that, I advocated to my friends who had faced more of his harassment, and I didn't stop pestering the school staff and administration. This resulted in me getting called down to the social worker one fateful day, they spelled it right this time, one fateful day over the loudspeaker. Rude. Like, hey, OP, please come down to the therapist's office for your mental health evaluation. Excuse me, Hippocratic Oath. Let's not do that in front of all my peers in high school, because high school kids are notoriously nice about mental health struggles. I waited stupidly long time in the lobby before I got called in. I sat in front of this frankly useless social worker, and she begins to speak. Hello, Bale, she begins. It's a trap, I sense it. You're involved in this situation with CA, yes? Oh, yeah. Are you doing something about him? I say, filled with a naive hope. Well, I can't tell you that, she responds coldly. Damn, lady, just say no. Yeah, like if you're not gonna... But I did want to talk to you. I explain how I'm involved in this situation to her as detailed and as truthfully as I could. She thinks, then answers slowly and condescendingly, well, no matter what, you shouldn't bully him. He doesn't deserve it. He's a nice boy. I'll bet he is an r/nice boy, nice guy TM. Yeah, I'm so nice. I'm so nice. Why won't you date me? I'll stab you in the face if you don't date me because I'm such a nice guy. Well, I will cover r/nice guys in the future. That's on my list of to-dos. And nice girls. We're about equal opportunity here. Any other sort of subjects like that you want me to cover, please drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what would you be interested in me seeing or me talking about. Back to the story now. It's almost done. So I'm stunned into silence. Yes, he's such a nice boy. So I laugh, I stand, I leave without another word. I go back to class and later rant to Cake about this. We are madder than mad, but out pestering did nothing, and CA left the school and all those poor potential victims behind that year. That sucks. No justice. Like, yeah, he got a 2-week suspension, but like he's messed with these girls' minds for possibly their lives. Like traumatizing someone at a young age like that is just heinous. And he's gonna go out into the real world now, having not been punished properly for his actions, and he's gonna keep doing it. And he's just gonna keep sending his dirty, unwashed tallywhacker to unsuspecting coworkers and strangers on the internet and family members. Like, he clearly is into children, so I wouldn't trust him around any nieces or nephews, or I wouldn't put siblings past him. He's a creepy guy. So you know what? That really makes me mad. I hope that the first person he tries something on in the real world slaps him in prison, like big boy prison, for a long time, because they love minor attracted persons there. The school never did anything about him, which still makes me so pissed. Yeah, me too. A borderline predator making young girls fear for their safety should never be looked over. That's what I said. If you recognize this story, know that you don't. That's it for the story of CA, but I have a few other chance encounters with creeps, incels, and cronies. I may post these one day. I hope you do, Belle. I hope you do, because yeah, I like reading about these creepy guys, and I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, especially the incels, because they have a lot of vitriol. Yeah, leave a comment if you want me to cover r/incels one day, because that's some heady tonic. They're fun to talk about and make fun of because they're just so sad. Yeah. Anyway, on to the last story for today that I have for us, or Bartholomew has brought up for us. How you doing, Bartholomew? Okay. The time I met and had to study with a neckbeard. I'm so sorry for what you are about to go through. Okay, so let me explain one thing. English is not my first language, so this is really hard for me, and I'm sorry if I wrote something wrong. It's okay, bud. I'll do my best. Might be stop and go, and I might reword a few things just so it makes more sense to be read aloud. But yeah, no shade. English is hard, and it's hard for English speakers. So yeah, like I just commend you writing a whole story in a language that's not your first language, because I couldn't do that. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, but I couldn't write a friggin' story in it. So we'll see. All right, so context, because why not? Anyway, I was in the 8th grade. The neckbeard that I'm going to call Jupiter, that's dope, because his head was so huge that he had to change seats with a girl because nobody in his seat line could see the whiteboard. That's a colossal cranium right there. He has autism, and I also have autism. And I'm also really kind to people that I don't know, so that's why we got closer. Okay. Playing devil's advocate, like, it can be hard sometimes for people with autism spectrum disorder to make friends with people. And like, it varies the intensity of awkwardness, I suppose. Like, I think I might be on that spectrum a little bit. I've never been tested. I'm freaking armchair diagnosing myself. But like, I understand where that feeling comes from, especially to find someone who I guess you feel that kinship with, when you're already feeling kind of lonely. I can see why this neckbeard might have latched on to you, OP, because they probably don't have a lot of friends, which is sad, and that's often a case with neckbeards and incels and stuff like that. To really no one's fault but their own, but because their terrible behavior and attitude and hygiene repels people. But I do feel a little sorry for them, because it must be a very lonely place to be in, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, because I've been there, and it's hard and it sucks because you feel like everybody hates you, and they kind of do. So where was I going with this? Yeah, neckbeards are people too, and they're struggling. So always be kind, unless they're gross, nasty p words like the last guy. Don't be kind to him. Yeah, let's try and help them. That's part of why I want to read these stories. I want to educate the world on these neckbeards and the signs, the warning signs, so that you can identify it in a loved one or in yourself. Let's make the world a neckbeard-free place. Okay? Everything started at noon. We were at the same percussion class. Cool. Okay. We both played bass, drum, I assume. So that's why we got closer. Yeah, and that can happen too. Like, my two best friends in the world I met in band. I was trumpet, and I sat next to them. They were trombone, and that formed a lifelong friendship. So yeah, seeing a lot of myself in this neckbeard. We both play bass, so that's why we got closer. We always sit together to play, and besides him being smelly, I was overlooking that terrible smell, clearly caused by lack of shower and deodorants, because I wanted to be kind. Yeah, sometimes you have to be a little cruel to be kind. Like, if he's really your buddy, sometimes it's kinder to say, hey, Garth, whatever his name is, you're smelling a little rough there. Smell a little rough. I don't know how you would bring that up politely, but I'm sure there's ways. I'm sure there's ways to be like, hey man, like we gotta sit next to each other all the time, and I'm your friend. So, can you take a shower for me, please, man? Can you throw some Old Spice under the armpits there? Cause at least you're not playing wind instruments. You just hold your breath for an hour while you smash away on the trumpet, on the drum. But then, one day, he came to me and said, hey, can I have your Discord, please? My mom won't let me have a phone number. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, okay, like, no wonder this kid's feeling isolated. Like, this was written at the time of recording this 43 days ago. And if he just got out of school, it's hard for a kid in high school to not have a phone nowadays. So yeah, like this kid probably feels so disconnected from his peers and the world around him. And yeah, he probably turns to Discord because it's an online community. It's somewhere where he can feel included. And it sucks that he has to turn there because real life isn't working out for him, but maybe if he just has a shower, things will turn around. I have hope for this guy. He doesn't seem so bad yet. He hasn't done anything heinous except for smelling bad. Let's see where this goes. Hey, can I have your Discord, please? My mom won't let me have a phone number. So I gave him my Discord. Bad idea. And from that day on, every day he sent me messages. And I never replied because he was extremely invasive in his messages. I mean, I never made our friendship official. I was just kind. I helped him when he didn't understand the sheet music. Okay. You're not his boyfriend. So I don't think you ever have to make a friendship official. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of become friends. And you never have, at least in my experience, you never have to sit down and be like, okay, like, what are we? Are we friends? Like, you do that in a relationship because, yeah, that comes with, like, a title. So, yeah, you have those discussions. But friends, you just become friends. And you just hang out. Because it's not a label. It's just becoming friends with someone. So, yeah, sure, you didn't claim that you were friends exclusive or whatever you were trying to, friends official is what he said. But, like, come on, man. Like, give this poor dude a break. Like, poor guy. Jupiter started to be very harassing. Yeah, he's probably lonely. Touching me all the time. Well, he just went and undid all the goodwill that I built up for him, the bastard! God damn it! Even though I made it clear that I hated physical touching, which is not unheard of in the autism community. And I've caught him looking at my butt during bass training for marches and parades. Oh, dude, come on. Until there was a day when he took a photo of me without permission. That day I asked a friend to tell him to stay away from me, and well, that surprisingly worked. For a little while. Okay, now I'm a little mad. Because I was giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. You heard me. I was like feeling sorry for him, and now he turns around and he's a perv too. See, this is why neckbeards suck. You start to feel bad for them, and then they turn around and they do shit like this, and ooh, I am not happy with this man. So yeah, surprisingly, he stopped for a little while. Not useless ninth grade. I think they mean not until ninth grade. I don't know what they meant by that. My heart stopped for half a second when I read Jupiter Neckbeard among the list of names in my class. Oh no. And everything got worse. Yeah, that sucks. To like see doom on the horizon and know that you can't do anything to stop it. I'm not a prodigy, nor am I amazing at math, but I've always had an easy time. Okay, good for you. Screw you, but good for you. Every time I answered a question for the teacher, he had to speak louder with the same answer with a few minutes delay. Like, hey, you with the blue hair, what's the square root of 44? 12. I'm not yelling like that all the time. Like, that's obnoxious. Not to mention that even in the ninth grade, he didn't know how to spell or write emotionally. Emotionally? Like, does that mean he doesn't know how to spell the word, or he doesn't know how to write creative prose? Because, I mean, yeah, that can be hard for some people. But if he doesn't know how to spell doesn't know how to spell the word emotionally, I mean, yeah, English is hard. Screw English. It's 3 languages in a trench coat. Besides that, every time he was asked to read to the class, it was as if time was distorted. With that mouth that had the smell of a bunch of pigs rotting together in a pigsty. That's a lot of piggy filth. I wonder what they mean by that. He spoke almost spelling and without the correct pronunciation. I think she means like he was sounding it out. Like he reads like sounding out each letter. So it's like almost spelling. And yeah, if you read a lot of words like that, you're not going to get the correct pronunciation because English is weird. So you have an idea, not even the teachers liked him or accepted him. Which again, sucks, but he makes it worse by being gross. Did I mention that he drew a Nazi flag in art class? Oh no, because the teacher wanted to see the best he could do. So you draw a swastika? No, bro. That's not even that hard to draw. It's 8 lines. That's not impressive. It's not impressive to do at all. But like, dude, no. And yes, he did in detail. And in my country, he, just like me, and practically everyone born here, is mixed race, which makes me feel a little disgusted. Yes, you should feel disgusted. Anyway, one time in the cafeteria line, he was behind me, and my God, I almost lost my appetite because his mouth and breath were so stanky. Yeah, no doubt. Not to mention that in all the class photos, since we were in the last year of middle school, I could smell a terrible odor, and when I asked my friends if they smelled it too, they all agreed. Oh, it must have been like one of those ones where you all stand on the benches, like all together, like the big group class photo. Or he just left such a stank on that little stool that after he left from his photo, it just lingered all day. Gross. One time during group class, the teachers had chosen one of my classmates accidentally ended up reading his browsing history. While Jupiter was looking for something. And seriously, you have no idea how much porn was on there. Oh, I have some idea. I'm guessing that there was a lot of furry porn too, because my God, that guy was a pervert. Yeah, they tend to be completely perverted. He blatantly stared at the butts of my friends and the athletes at school, and his comments were so disgusting that I prefer not to write them here. Like I said earlier, these guys just go online and find like dirty adult videos, and they think that that's real life. And then they find these animated pictures of 2,000-year-old dragon people. If you know what I'm talking about, you know, and it's gross. Yeah, they pervert their minds, they corrupt their minds, and makes them think that that's reality, and it will lead to problems later in life. He was a terrible person, truly. Yeah, I can tell. However, I had a memory lapse during that time due to some of the things that happened. If I remember anything else or find my diaries from that time, I will update this here, by the way. Anyway, thank you for reading. You're welcome, OP. I just wanted to put these memories in a place where people who have suffered with this kind of people can read them, and I don't feel alone. You're not alone, OP. Thank God I never saw him anymore, or ever again. Yes, thank God. OP, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Honestly, it sounds like you got off okay because you're his friend, but yeah, he's a creepy dude. Creepy dude. I just hope that he gets like called out on his creepiness before he does something something heinous. But I don't think he's as bad. He's not as bad as the second guy who was sending nudes to the minors. That's gross. Like, this guy's pervy in his own time, and yeah, staring is creepy, but like, there's hope for this creeper, I think. Let me just double back. Oh no, he's taking photos of pictures of people without the permission. Nope, straight to jail, right away, jail. Edit. There's some edits. Cool. I forgot to say, in my country, we have only the 9th grade until high school, so I'm sorry if there's other definition on America or other countries. Yeah, still not sure what that meant, like if that means it ends in 9th grade or it starts in 9th grade. We go to 12 here in Canada, so whatever, man, doesn't change the story. And edit number 2. I just found something that triggered a memory! Sorry, it's all caps. One day before a test, Jupiter just stole my pen. I honestly have no idea why he would. It's not like I was Yuri from Doki Doki. I don't know what that means. I think Doki Doki Literature Club is an anime, and that could be where that meme with the guy, he's like spinning a pen really fast, comes from. But I don't know. I'm not a huge anime fan. I've seen a few, like Code Geass and Full Metal Alchemist, but that's not super into anime. If you have any animes that you think I should watch, throw those in the comments, and I will maybe check them out. Maybe. I'm not gonna say I won't, but I got a lot of stuff to watch right now. I know it was him, or one of his goblins, that stole the pen, because at the time I had a good relationship with the thieves in the class. Oh yeah, so much honor among thieves. And it was clearly not one of them. Also, I am sorry for the lack of paragraphs in previous versions. It's okay, buddy, we got through it. I write on my cell phone, and it's my first time writing on Reddit. Found out it's because I clicked just once, not twice. Whatever, man, we got through it. We don't care if your English isn't that great. We got through it, and thank you for telling us the story, OP. Thank you all for being here with me today. That's all the stories that Bartholomew has prepared for me today. In the future, I plan to do, r/nice guys, nice girls for equality, and all sorts of other stuff, like love r/bad women's anatomy, r/bad men's anatomy, because those are just funny to see the weird takes that people have about the other sex. And I want to do some r/no sleep, or read spooky books for you guys. Maybe do some stuff to fall asleep to, if that's something that you're interested in. Leave that in the comments as well. Also, please like and subscribe, because that's how the algorithm knows that I'm a cool dude and you want to see more of my videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I do really appreciate you guys coming out and watching all the way to the end. If you watched all the way to the end, comment Brain fart. Comment brain fart at the end of the video. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm the Green Knight. This is Bartholomew. Stay safe on your internet adventures. See you later.